Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
So why are we standing in the middle of the field with a pile of tires and a floor jack?
Science. Well, not really. We just want to compare the Kenda Bear Claw HTRs to the stock Polaris CSTs. See what changed when I switched over to them. Does the heavier weight affect performance, handling? Does the deeper lugs keep you from cutting it loose in the corners? So we're going to test some things today. And what we got set up, Brandon?
Well, we're going to compare these tires on a slalom test. We're going to run the stock tires versus the new tires, going in and out of some obstacles, see how much they actually grip, how much you're actually sliding around. And then I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up some time trials. 100-foot distance, we're going to test the 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. We'll time everything, see how that compares. So
not to interrupt you, but and then we're going to do a braking test from 35 mile an hour. We kind of discussed and figured a 35 mile an hour would be like a nice high trail, realistic trail speed, and what to expect. How long it's going to take to see if the tires make any difference in that.
So I think we have most of the stuff ready. So
let's get after it.
Never way to set up ATV tires. So
and to make this apples to apples, guys. So the only difference is the tires. These are stock Polaris wheels. These are stock Polaris wheels. I'm assuming they're going to have to weigh in about the same much. We didn't weigh them separately, but this is as close as we're going to be able to make it anyway. So that's all we can do. Let's get this stock weight.
Well, in the name of science, let's see what the actual rig here weighs. So we're 13 ounces on between this hook and the strap that we're using.
$27.2.
All right. And that is with the weight of the strap.
All right, let's figure out what this one weighs. I'm going to say this one with the wheel, the Kenda front, is going to be roughly 32.
I think that'd be pretty close. I definitely think they're going to be heavier than the stock tires. A lot more rubber to them.
Oh no, 41.3. Wow,
that's definitely different. Yeah, that's heavier than I thought it was going to be.
What was the other one? 27.2. 27.2.
Yep.
So that's what, 13 pounds difference?
Yeah, that's a pretty big difference, and I didn't think. Okay, we are 31.2.
Ooh, the backs are lighter than the front of the HTRs.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put this one then at 48 pounds is my guess. What do you think?
Well, we're going from 41 on the front to 40. The rears are definitely going to be heavier. I'm going to guess they're going to be somewhere in the 50s.
Yeah, somewhere between there and they are 2 inches wider, so that's all right. Oh, I can feel it.
That is 48.2.
Holy shit. That was close.
Yeah.
So what is that? What would that one weigh?
41.
48, so that's 7 pounds roughly. So that's 14 in the rear. Much different weight difference in the front than there was the rear.
There really is. It really is.
Huh. All right, we got 100-foot set up there. Buckets every 20 foot. So we're going to do a slalom, see how it performs on the stock tire. Here the machine has the Polaris 26-inch CSTs on it. And what we were noticing going through the slalom were that we could feel the tires roll over on themselves. We were using the same PSI that I was using in them when I had them on the machine, because I wanted to compare the difference from the way it was to what it is now with the Kenda Bear Claws. And I think the Bear Claws grabbed a little too hard in the corners.
Seconds and 49 milliseconds.
4:49. Try this again.
370.
370.
That's insane compared to the first.
Yeah. Well, the front end still came up on that one, but it wasn't out of control, and was able to keep it straight. So yeah, their stock tires definitely, they still hooked up pretty good. All right, and that was a 35 miles an hour stop test. He gets up to 35, hits that first bucket. See how far he hit.
Right here. So hold that, and I'm going to measure to the front tire. Just hold that, stand there. $57 foot 7 inches. 57 foot 7 inches. So from 35 mile an hour to a dead stop with the stock tires. Putting the Kenda Bear Claws back on for the third or fourth time that weekend. They're 26 by 9 by 14 in the front and 26 by 11 by 14 in the rear. I had it out this past weekend, put around 100 miles in soft trails. I didn't feel that the machine was wanting for traction. The steering felt very precise and on target. They grabbed very well with the sides in the deeper ruts created by the side-by-sides, so I did notice an improvement there. The ride quality seems to be the same as stock, which is something I was worried about, but I'm very pleased to say that I haven't noticed any change there. They grab a lot harder. That's a chore. Like, even with power steering, to go back and forth and get it through there, it's kind of a, so it does grip a lot better. So that's going to take a little bit of fun out of some things until they get some wear on them, I'd imagine. But you can see, look at the divots in there from them. Stocks definitely didn't do that, you know what I mean? So that's going to be, to me, a negative compared to stock. I like to be able to put it sideways a little easier, makes it fun. So hopefully once the sharp edges wear off them, that'll get better. Some people call it worse, but I would say that would make it more fun for me.
Okay, now we're going to do a time trials with these Kenda Bear Claws. We need to get our stopwatch up and running here. $391. And that thing did not stand up like it did with the stock tires.
The ground actually loosened up finally right there and was able to let the tires spin a little bit so it didn't just stand it straight up. What was the time on that?
391.
391? What was it on the stock tires when it stood up? It was 4 something, wasn't it?
It was 370.
370.
Mm-hmm. Even
when it stood up?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so there is a big difference in the weight.
You spun.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Just now, because I'm curious, we were only going to do this. Let me make a second run next to it and see what happens in untouched ground.
$368. And the front end did come up a little bit there, so I knew he was definitely grabbing a little bit harder.
Of variance, especially compared to what was happening yesterday. It was the exact opposite, where the stocks were spinning and these were standing up. Maybe now it's warmed up enough, the ground's thawing a little bit, you know. So I don't know. Let's do the braking test, see how they do there. came up by the original skid, but I gotta see where I started.
I like
I don't know, it looks like it from here, a little further back, like right here is where it started.
Yeah.
Let's run that. I'll keep holding it there, I just want to pull it tight. Looks like 49.9. So almost 10 foot, little 8 foot something shorter than the stock tires at 35 mile an hour. So that can mean getting stopped for a turn or not, you know, or hitting somebody. So that is definitely a plus in my book. And it really felt like you could feel it grip the soil.
Let's go down here and take a look at the ground conditions compared to yesterday.
Look at the size of the hunks it throws off, man. That's nuts. They definitely bit. You can see over here's where I was doing it with the stocks. And then here's with the Bear Claws. I mean, the sun is kind of shining on there, so that might be the difference in them. But didn't really seem to hurt performance. All right, so we've been trying to create data to give you a good comparison of the Kenda Bear Claws to the stock tires. And what all have we done?
Well, we've compared the tire pressure that we have in the tires. We've weighed the tires to compare the weight. We've done the slalom test, weaving in and out of the buckets to see as far as the handling. We've did a 100 feet speed test on them, and then we did the braking test.
And out of all of that, and what I want to get clear to you guys, is we didn't just do that once. This is Sunday. We were here yesterday, Saturday, and today, all day, cleaning the dark last night, swapping back and forth between stock and the Kenda Bear Claws. And honestly, guys, in the numbers, there's no real difference. The weights, yes, there's a significant difference in weight. Performance, no. There's nothing we can show you from all that we've done here with hard numbers that are going to say, hey, these are superior to these. The only thing we can offer you is, with that being said, if your concern is you don't want to negatively affect your machine's performance by going to heavier aftermarket tires or going to these specific Kenda Bear Claws, you're not going to. It feels the same. Maybe a little grippier in the corners. Ride quality is nice. I've had it on the road, smooth. That's what you get. What I think you end up buying with these tires isn't a superior tire as far as grip. It's durability. You're buying durability when you go with a thicker ply rated tire.
Also, the peace of mind that when we're out riding a trail and we're miles and miles from a town or a main road, you're going to make it back home, or you have a better chance of making it back home.
Right, yeah. I mean, you can always fill a plug, but if you tear the sidewall out, which would be very easy to do in these, then you're screwed, and that ruins the whole trip. So, as of right now, I like them. After we ride it this summer, I'll get back to you and let you know after long term what we really think. Appreciate you watching the channel. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one.